Steve Kim for UCN with former gold medalist and world champion Mark Breland. Mark, you are now working with Deontay Wilder. There's been a lot said about Deontay Wilder's level of competition. I know strategically that may have been a part of developing him because of his relatively short amateur career. Give me your thoughts on his professional development thus far.
I mean, things are going great, as you know, so far. It's just a thing of where, you know, we're still getting him to that point where, I mean, there's really no heavyweights out there, so we're giving him who we can get, and so now we're gonna fight. Well, I forgot the guy.
Jason Gavern.
Jason Gavern, and then Stefan afterwards, but Gavern first. But I look at it as if, you know, they just looking at him, I guess, because he's knocking everybody out, and I mean, it's crazy. I think it's crazy myself.
Talk about how much he's improved. I remember I was there when he got buzzed by, I think it was Harold Sconyers. He got hurt really bad at the end of the round, rebounded to win that fight. What do you think was learned that particular night? Well,
keep your hands up. You know what he does. You know, he has his hands in certain positions at times, and he still does a lot of, you know, make a lot of mistakes. But that's what we're working on, and trying to counter that with, you know, just trying to be perfect. Well, you can't be perfect, but try to, you know, just keep your hands up and, you know, just fight better.
When you look at Deontay Wilder, an impressive physical specimen, he looks like a 21st century heavyweight, but do you think there's still a part of him with his relatively short amateur career? Is he still a better athlete than a pure boxer?
Oh, yeah, he's a much better athlete, but the thing of, you know, we're still working on his boxing skills. My thing is, you know, getting him to box more. But I mean, you know, he's a big puncher. So my thing is, you know, is to get him to the point where he can box more and not worry about knocking people out, because there's somebody you're going to hit one day, and he's not going to move.
Malik Scott, I thought that was going to be a tough fight. Olympic background, smooth jab. He's been in the gym with everybody. Were you surprised the way that fight played out so quickly?
Yeah, I mean, he caught him with a nice left hook, check hook, but they sparred. And they sparred a couple of months before that, and you know, he got some good shots, and Deontay got some good shots in, but it was I mean, he caught him with a good shot.
Looking at the biography of Deontay Wilder, he didn't have this long amateur career like you did, or Terrell Biggs, or your teammates. Has part of the matchmaking process kept in mind that you are still learning on the job with him?
Exactly. I mean, that's exactly what it is. I mean, you know, he had a short amateur career, so we try to build him up to where, I mean, his confidence is much better. I mean, if you look back in records, Tyson did the same thing, Ali did the same thing. You know, I mean, you got to build your record up, and then you get out there and fight whoever you got to fight.
Do you like the fact that he himself had the impetus to tell you guys, or his camp at least, that, hey, I'd rather stay active than actually stay on the sideline till we get that Stubhub fight? Do you agree with that course of action, staying busy against Gavern this weekend?
Oh, yeah, definitely, because, you know, you sit down, you get stale, and, you know, you get bored, and then you know, you just want to fight after a while. But now you're staying in shape, you're staying in shape, and you're staying ready. For, you know, because sometimes they'll come up, well, we got to fight for you. We got to fight for you here. We got to fight for you there, and you're not ready. But he's always prepared.
Mark Breland joins us, 1984 gold medalist, one of the most decorated amateurs in the history of amateur boxing. Mark, one question that does not relate to Deontay Wilder, but in a way does. Our Olympic program with the U.S., you were in its heyday with Pat Nappy, had a legendary team. Give me some of your thoughts on the downfall of USA boxing and some of the things you would change in terms of the process of developing our young fighters.
I think better sparring. I mean, because when we were back in '84, we sparred with a lot of pros. Me, Purnell, all of us, we sparred with a lot of pros. And I think they're babying these guys.
Really?
I think they're babying them too much. I mean, we fought a lot. You know, every time we turned around, we were fighting. So we were always prepared to fight. Now you very rarely hear about amateur boxing, period. You know, and I mean, we were on ABC every time we turned around, amateur boxing. I think they don't fight enough, and when they do, nobody knows who's fighting.
Okay. All right, that was Mark Breland, Steve Kim for UCN.